It's Thanksgiving, so it's time to be thankful and it's time to indulge those guilty pleasures. On this week's episode of Into Geek, we're doing just that. We're telling you all about the things that we're thankful for this year and all those little guilty pleasures that we like to indulge during the week. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Into Geek podcast. On this week's show, we'll be breaking down some Thanksgiving stuff. As always, I am Andrew, joined by not Chase today. Joined by Allison. Let me introduce her to the show.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
So fitting. You know me so well.
that was for her, the D&D episode last week, whatever. I was going to do it for you, but you didn't come, and I was like, screw it. I'm going to leave that on there. I'm going to use it.
Because I was really late.
Because I edited it. So, yeah, that's also true. Yeah, you're also really late. Guys, on today's show, this is the week of Thanksgiving, or what's left of it. So we thought that we would tell all y'all what things that we're thankful for in the nerd world, and also some guilty pleasures, because sometimes we like to overeat, indulge during this week.
Some of us feel guilty
about it. Yeah, it was shopping because of like Black Friday, but there's also some notable nerd news is also going on today. So I thought we would start with that. Unfortunately, we lost David Pross. Who some people might not know is Darth Vader, actually, whatever. I think a lot of people get with Darth Vader and think of James Earl Jones, or the really crusty white guy that played him in that little clip. It's just his head. I don't know the guy's name because I'm not a big Star Wars guy. I'm sure Chase would know this.
Chase would know this.
Yeah,
we're not the people to ask.
David Pross is the actor that was actually in the costume for all the films, and he was the one that was actually acting on set and everything. But nobody really knows who he is because he was covered up the entire time and everything. So he passed away today, and it just leaves a small little bit of that cast, I think, or whatever. I mean, you've got Harrison Ford left and Mark Hamill and a few others, but I mean, a lot of people died this year and and last year or whatever. So you got Lando still.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it just starts getting old, man. You're their heroes and villains, die eventually.
These icons are just leaving us.
But nobody knew who he was. So
but
no, I'm kidding.
Wow.
He mattered, I swear.
With the dark humor.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Okay.
With my dark side humor. Moving on from death into more death. Chadwick Boseman's birthday is today.
It is today.
Which is very unfortunate. He also passed away this year. And he has, I think, his last movie is also coming out on Netflix, where he's a trumpeter. It's I didn't get the name of the film, but it's supposed to be out, I think, this Friday.
See, if I were back in my corner, I'd be
and it's so sad now knowing that he had cancer and looking at it, and you're like, oh man, he looks really rough. So I will be sure to watch that, man. Just in general, just Netflix has been a whole bunch of stuff. They just did Mank, which is David Fincher's new film, and then they put out Prom or something, which is a musical.
I have not seen that.
So that came out, and then this film, and I just watched the Trial of the Chicago 7, which is
really looking forward to.
Which is awesome. That was Aaron Sorkin's new film, which is it's one of those movies that just pisses you off because you're like, how did this happen? It's such a just this unlawful trial, and it actually happened. But I'm sure it's raised here and there. But
trailer for it, and even in the trailer, one of the witness on the stand said something, and the judge said sustained, and he was like, nobody objected.
Yeah, it's insane. They just go through it, and he's just at one point he has the only black the defendant bound and gagged or whatever. He doesn't allow him to have a lawyer. He also won't allow him to actually represent himself, which is his constitutional right. He's not allowed to answer questions. He's not allowed to ask questions. I mean, it's just this terrible thing. And then he's
back in the 60s, right?
This is 1968. Yeah. So this is right after, I think, Bobby Kennedy was assassinated and stuff or whatever. This is right after Malcolm X is killed. And so it's basically for those who don't know, there's these these groups and these there's a Bobby Seale's a member of the Black Panther Party. There's the two leaders of the Young Democrats Party, I think, or something, go there. There's these two hippies that kind of lead this more aggressive left side or whatever, and then a few other guys. And so basically, the whole
thing is they're protesting.
Yeah, they're protesting the current candidate because they don't believe that he's actually going to change anything. And so the government gets wind of this or whatever, and it's during the change with Nixon taking office, and he basically the original DA or the head lawyer, right? The DA. Yeah, the DA. Upon doing evidence, I'm sorry, upon getting evidence and and clues and everything or whatever, they found no evidence that actually proved that the riots were started by any of the protesters. So when he was fired, when Nixon took office, the new DA was immediately charged to find charges and stuff, whatever. And so it's just this terrible trumped up trial. And it just makes you mad. You're just God, this is so fucking infuriating. Yeah, but it was really good. I expect that to be a best picture. I don't know how we got there, but moving on from Chadwick Boseman's birthday, it was announced that some streaming stuff is going to be getting some possible big movies. Wonder Woman is going to go to HBO Max. That's crazy to me. It's so nuts. So it's going to come out in theaters
and HBO Max on the same day.
Yeah, so it's you can either just pay $10 for HBO Max or pay $15 to go to a theater.
Don't they usually have a free trial month or something?
Just one free month and just get all that or whatever. Yeah. So do you like that they're doing this or?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, I will miss the movie going experience, but I mean, right now in today's world, I mean, it's just safer, honestly.
Yeah.
To stay at home. I don't have to worry about finding a babysitter or whatever. I mean,
didn't we go see the movie together?
Yeah, the first Wonder Woman.
No. I mean, a few months ago.
Oh, we went and saw Tenet.
Yeah. So we went and saw that, and there was nobody in the theater.
Right.
So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I get it. You're hoping that they're cleaning properly and everything,
yeah.
But I don't think
ever really clean the movie theaters properly?
They're getting that popcorn out at least all day,
the other stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think it's crazy that they're doing both. I mean, so I guess they sold Wonder Woman to HBO for some money, because I saw that Godzilla versus King Kong, which is this big monster movie that people have been waiting for, because ever since Godzilla got remade, I think 2015 or something,
okay.
and then Kong came out, and that was really big, and so it's been teased that it's Kong versus Godzilla, and people waiting this forever, and they reportedly have been shopping it, and Netflix offered them $200 million, and they said no, and they're trying to get it on HBO Max. So is HBO Max the Nike or something, or and Netflix is Reebok? They're just we're good. We're trying. We'd rather have that HBO Max credit or something, or whatever. Because I imagine that Netflix also offered for Wonder Woman probably or something.
Maybe, but I think. Honestly, I think Netflix has so many offerings of their own.
They're so far in debt. There's 500 million. Here you go. Perfect.
I just think that they don't need to go. I mean, they'll throw out offers for these movies.
Yeah.
If they get them, cool. If they don't, no big deal, because they already have so much of their own original content that's solid.
Okay.
I mean, if they get King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's
if
just
not, I mean, they've got all these other great movies listed. I mean,
do you think that Christopher Nolan is upset that they didn't just put Tenet in on the HBO Max or something, and try to put it in theaters and save the day and everything?
I don't know. It might have helped out.
I think it would have.
It would help Chase for sure. He missed the one part of the movie that explained everything that was going on.
But that would have been helped. It was so
it would have. I got
convoluted.
The movie. I totally understood that movie.
When? After reading posts and stuff about it afterwards?
I watched the movie. I understood it. I was like, man, that was so great.
So ridiculous.
John David Washington, his character could have been played by literally any action star. He was fine.
It was fine.
But Robert Pattinson made that movie though.
He was good.
He was great.
Yeah, I give him that.
And I totally got the plot. It was so good.
Did you? What's it about?
I'm not going to ruin it for the listeners.
Yeah, obviously. So it's a time wobbly bobbly. Yeah, that one definitely.
I watched Doctor Who. I get the. Okay.
I feel like if you thought Inception was confusing, you better
I still don't
buckle
get
up
Inception to this
for
day.
Tenet, because like Inception is like it's like a Michael Bay level movie compared to fucking this. Oh my god. Yeah. So from there, I saw something that was kind of fun, and that was a fan for Star Wars drew Tom Hiddleston as Palpatine.
Love Tom
And
Hiddleston.
so fans are like wanting like a young Palpatine movie and for him to play. So I was thinking like, what would be like a fun movie to see with like a really known villain and see like how they started?
I really tossed this one around a little bit. Thanos, I think, would be a really good one.
Yeah.
Because he talks a little bit about his childhood and he tells you why he is the way that he is and why he thinks, he wants to snap away half the universe to save on resources and things like that. And you kind of a little bit understand it.
Yeah.
But I think it would be a lot of fun to see that in a movie, see where
how it started and stuff or whatever. Yeah.
And kind of see the downfall of his society to kind of see the catalyst of what drove him into being who he is.
Yeah, it could almost be like in like Man of Steel, where they're on like in Krypton and like Zod is there and everything, whatever. So it has almost that type of feel of like them ruining like their own planet and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that could be like fun as well.
It would be fun. I mean, you'd have to get to build the world of Titan and the culture and stuff like that. I think would be a lot of fun. There's a lot you could really do with that.
Plus, I think that in the new movie Eternals, there's rumors that like he's like one of the like original Titans or something or whatever from like the olden days and everything. So this could be like a fun way to show how like all that happened.
That's cool.
You brought up him snapping. I saw this video that was talking about how it was actually physically impossible for him to actually snap because gauntlets can't snap or whatever and stuff. So those are the type of videos that I like to watch.
It's great.
The ones that just ruin everything.
So I hopefully we can put a picture up of this because I have one. But Chase got a gauntlet, a life-size gauntlet for Christmas last year. And it's
not this year. He gets nothing this year.
Nothing. Because this gauntlet
snap for a new year.
Sits on top of my very nice like heirloom jewelry box. It sits on top of it. It's this big and it sits there in the middle of our bedroom. And it lights up and it makes noises and all that stuff. But he tried, you can put your whole hand in there. There's little triggers that make the fingers move and stuff like that. And even in that, you can't make it snap. And I'm like, and this was they created this toy specifically for this purpose and they still can't make it snap.
The one this year has like that in it. Like, no, it's snapping action. You're like, oh shit, yeah. My villain character is Detective Alonzo Harris from Training Day, Denzel Washington's character. In Training Day, we get like a very begrudging old veteran cop who's already decided to go rogue and dirty and stuff. And it's very compelling story. I would like to see him start off as that young bright-eyed cop.
Yeah. Fresh face.
Yeah. And then we then get to see how he, slowly turns. Of course, now it's kind of tough because, he's so old, but with the mobile technology, they can just snap and make him, like a younger again. So I think that could be like a lot of fun.
Half his years.
Yeah. to just see exactly what made him bad and everything because I'm sure it started off as like maybe if I just do this right here, it's fine. And then he just slowly gets brought into it or whatever. I think that could be kind of cool.
That would be a lot of fun.
So we're going to get into the things that we're thankful for. And these are like nerd things, maybe of this year or just in general. Allison, what's your first thing that you're thankful for this year?
The first thing I'm thankful for, we kind of touched on it. I was really excited for the Wonder Woman movie. But since we talked about that, I'll pull one of my other ones.
So, like, are you excited for Kristen Ritter? That's her name, right?
Kristen Wiig.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Kristen Ritter's somebody else.
Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
No, Kristen Wiig.
Wig, yeah. I hate it. I hate it so much. I just like.
Look,
ugh.
I will give her a chance.
All right.
I'll give her a chance.
Yeah.
Look, I loved the first movie. I mean, we went and saw that together. I walked out of that movie and I was like, I can do anything. Women are awesome.
I can do anything.
I'm really looking forward to that. I still don't understand why they're bringing Chris Pine back. Like,
God. I don't know. Man.
I don't like it. I love Chris Pine, so I feel like I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I like that they brought back Patty Jenkins, so at least it has a chance.
She's great. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Just like I don't know where I don't like that's in the 80s and stuff or whatever because the
80s are fun.
It's fun, but
love nostalgia.
But going into it, we already know that it doesn't matter because nobody's going to die, right?
Right.
So
the stakes aren't very
exactly
high.
right. So instead, you're just going into it for like more effects and stuff, and it's more the same. So to me, it's already starting off on like one leg, and so I don't know. I mean, and then Chris Pine's alive, which is really strange, and Kristen Wiig, man, I just like it. Just
she could surprise you.
I mean, that's like taking like Seth Rogen and making him like a really.
It's not. She's done some serious things.
Name.
I haven't seen them, but I know that she's done them.
The only thing that I can think of is she had a movie with Bill Hader, I think called like Twin Skeletons, where they are brother and sister.
You don't remember?
I don't know. Bill Hader's great, but yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like,
I'm gonna give her a chance.
That's. I mean, like, I'll watch it because it's on HBO Max. So hell, I mean, like, that was.
I would go see it in the theaters.
Would you?
Even I thought. I mean, Chase said something about going to see it, and I was like, yeah, we can totally go to the theater. And he was like, no, it's gonna be on HBO Max. We'll stay here. It's fine.
We'll just stay here. It's great. So my first thing. Oh, I'm sorry. What was your actual thankful thing? Because you said it was going to be Wonder Woman, but because
we'll go with Wonder Woman. That's fine. Because I think my thing's tying to your thing.
Okay. My thing is just in general is like Dungeons and Dragons. 5th edition has been this new breath of just like creativity, like in fresh life into the genre, and then adding in social media and everything else, and the ability to have famous people finally admit that they played it, and that was like this big catalyst in their life in terms of becoming actors. That was really cool. I
love that they just not only do they play it, but that they're so big into it.
Yeah,
I
really
mean,
cool.
that Joe, I can never say his last name.
Mangiolone or something.
Mangalo. I don't know.
The guy playing Deathstroke.
He's the one married to what's her face?
Sofia Vergara.
Is that how she says that?
Sofia Vergara. Jay.
Like when they're married, they bought this new house, and she wanted like a yoga studio or something.
Yeah.
And they got into an argument, and he won the argument, and now has an entire dungeon in their house set up to play Dungeons and Dragons.
They bought the house. And originally it was going to be like her dance studio, right? And then a friend of his called and I was like, hey, we're thinking about playing D&D again. And then he was like, oh shit, this basement is amazing. so he convinced her to let him have that. And then he gave her like a whole huge thing upstairs instead of her.
But you can have this wing for your ego.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, his like I'll put up things on here for folks watching, but his like basement is like D&D heaven, man. Like his chairs, he has like a beholder light and stuff or whatever. All of his walls have got like terrain and like miniature pieces and everything. It's amazing.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but he actually works with Wizards of the Coast now.
He does now. So his character, I think it's like it's either like Archon the Cruel or Harkon. It's a red dragonborn. That is a paladin for I think Tiamat. I think so. I could be wrong there. And this
is why I stay in the corner to look things up.
He basically started playing, and then him and some other kind of famous people started a game. Mm-hmm. Then he got to bring his character onto Critical Role, which is like this massive D&D show. And he made some like really cool choices in the game. Mm-hmm. And then Wizard of the Coast was wanting to bring Critical Role into their world. And so his character became an actual real character, and he stole the hand of like Vecna, which is his god. And now his character is just like level 20, almost godlike. It's so crazy that they're allowed to be like in the lore. Like it's so much fun.
It's like just the nerd's ultimate dream.
Yes.
I think.
I was at Barnes and Noble, and they had like multiple books. I'm like, this is insane that they started out just as these like voice actors, and they got so big that they have their own campaign book to play in their world and meet all their characters and stuff. It's awesome. So just in general, D&D is amazing, and I'm so thankful for it that it helped me break out of my shell years ago. It helped me learn to like be quick on my feet and stuff or whatever. My first character was so video game terrible. Like I was this ranger, and I thought that every new town that I went to,
problem one.
yeah. So I thought that every new town that I went to, that town had like new gear that was better. So I was always trying to like upgrade my sword,
smash all the pots.
Yeah, so I was like full on Final Fantasy, Zelda in it and everything. And eventually the like DM was like, hey, so I'm gonna stop giving you experience until you get rid of like 12 of your weapons, because I like we killed a snake and I tore out its fangs and made like a spear and everything. And then I had like everything. It was ridiculous. So to go from there to here is like, it's just crazy. So D&D, I'm very thankful for.
To piggyback off of that, one of my other things that I had on my list was our group specifically. Because I think to have a group that plays so well together, that's on the same kind of level as far as commitment to it and
comedy and stuff.
Comedy, I think
social
Matt
awareness
said it in the last episode. Maturity level.
Yeah.
I think it's really important that we all mesh well.
Yeah.
Together.
I mean, I watch a lot of videos of like people talking about just terrible horror stories in their groups, like of the DM forcing people to do like sexual things and stuff, or like players forcing the DM to make other players date them and stuff or whatever, and just like things like that, and just like all types of just terrible jokes. And just so I'm glad to that at least all of our humor level is the same, all of our commitment is the same and stuff or whatever. So like, I'm glad that there's no awful role-playing stories and stuff or whatever and everything. So was that your second one? Or did you want to talk about like Tasha's?
Tasha's is good.
Yeah. So a new book came out for D&D, and that was Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which is almost like a player's handbook too. So there's like all types of new options and spells and items and all types of background stuff. It's a whole lot of fun, which took like forever to like get out or whatever. It's been like 3 years or something, which is insane.
But it's got so much great stuff.
It does.
But honestly, I think my second one, I'm going to cross that off to you.
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
I wasn't even going to put this on my list because I was trying to stay more up to date, but Andrew made a joke about it, so it has to be on here.
Well, I mean, that came out like a year ago, right? I mean,
I got it for
2000
Christmas last
year.
Yeah.
Okay. But you beat it in like 2020 though, right?
It was 2 years ago.
Was it? I thought
it was 2 years ago.
I thought you got Fallout.
It was 3 years ago.
Okay.
So 2 years ago.
Okay.
I got it.
It was so good it changed your life though.
I don't know. It was amazing.
I love cowboys now.
I love it so much. I want to ride a horse everywhere I go. Just shoot people.
I was gonna play it and then something happened. It's like anytime if I have a chance to play something and if it's there's like a 1 week period, and if I don't do it in that week, it's gone. I
will make you play it.
Because like I got God of War, the like new one for that. I played like maybe 4 hours of it, and right when the game starts and it's finally like you're actually like out in the world and you can go do things. I was like, I'm bored. I'm gonna play anymore. And that's when it gets good. And like and then I stopped playing it.
So the first time I played Skyrim, I went through the whole beginning, the whole like you get out of this little dungeon or whatever. You're traveling across the country. I got my first big mission and I'm traveling across this huge ass open land or whatever. I got attacked. The game froze and erased everything. And I had to start back at the beginning. And I had been playing for like 2 or 3 hours.
Nice.
And I have never played Skyrim.
That sounds
After that, I was like, nope, fuck this.
That sounds like me when I was playing Bloodborne, and that one's like super brutal. And I played that one, and that one, like if you die, it starts you all the way over, or whatever. So to get to like save points, it's like really really tricky. And I went through. I was playing it for about 3 hours, and I just beat like the second boss. I was like, I'm feeling good, and then a guy hopped out of an alleyway and stabbed me and killed me, and it sent me back. And I was like, I'm done. I don't want to play this anymore. This is too mean. This is.
But anyways, I've never played a video game all the way through like that.
Oh wow, really?
I mean, so when I was young, I played like Yoshi's Story on Nintendo 64. Like nobody did. So.
I was a Yoshi genius.
It was like a 9-year-old girl.
It's got like Yoshi tattoos on your back.
So like shit like that. But like
Gotcha.
this is the first actual video
Adult game?
yeah, that I've played to the finish. And
Gotcha.
I played it took me 6 weeks.
Oh wow, Jesus.
And I have a child at home.
You had to learn to raise yourself.
I mean, I don't think I slept for 6 weeks. Like I would put her to bed and I'm like, okay, it's Red Dead
Time to hit the wilderness,
now
partner.
I'm a cowboy now. So, I mean, like I was just
Where's that
all
prostitute
about this
at?
game. It was so fantastic, and I highly recommend it to anybody that
I've
is looking for a new
I've
game.
heard that that's really good. I've heard that the like Last of Us is really good. I haven't gotten into that. And I haven't played Fallout since Fallout 3, so at some point I'll get back on that series
Fallout
or
4
whatever.
was pretty good, and I tried Last of Us. I started that.
Yeah,
I a little bit lost interest, but I would like to go back and give that a shot.
So with Skyrim, like you brought that up, and it was fun, but I got annoyed by it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like games where your choices kind of like don't matter.
Yeah.
So like in that one, it starts off in the town, and it's like there's random commoners who are like, you should go up to the hills because I heard that there's a rogues guild up there, and then you can go do that or whatever, right? And then come back down, and they'll still say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you should try going to the Fighters Guild and see how good you are, and then like you go to the Fighters Guild and then beat everybody, like, and take it over, and now you're
in
like,
charge and
Lord Champion of all the fighters, and they're like, you should go to the Fighters Guild, and it's just like, I don't. So that type of text annoys me, and then the fact that they would let you do everything, like you could be a master, rogue, wizard, alchemist, fighter, vampire, werewolf, garbage.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even get that far.
Yeah, it's just like, and then it got to the point that like if your sneaking was so good, you could be like in front of a person, stab them, and then just like crouch, and then they're like, "Where'd to go? I don't know." It's so stupid. So I mean, like, folks like all that stuff, but to me, like, it takes me out in like a thematic style or whatever.
You need to play Red Dead.
Yeah, probably.
Everything you do has repercussions.
So like the family that you like murder like on like the road, they're like, oh, that was my cousin. You can't buy wares here now.
Yeah, no, I mean you'll kill somebody and then you walk into town and somebody will be like, oh man, did you hear so and so died or whatever? You're like, oh,
that was the barber.
That wasn't me.
Good luck getting a haircut, dick.
But you're you have like a morality bar. I don't remember what they actually call it or whatever, but every action that you do is either it'll
bad or good.
And
it's like
it
Fable
changes
kind of
the story. It'll change the whole ending of the story based on where you fall on the line at the end of it and stuff like that. So it's really well done.
My next thing that I am thankful for is the director Edgar Wright. I know that he hasn't done anything this year. I just really love all of his movies and all of his work. I feel as though if I had any of his drive, that those were the type of movies that I would make. I would make really like fun, fast edited, because like, he grew up on a lot of the stuff that I grew up on, like Sam Raimi, like, and he's like playing, video games and all these things. And so all that is obvious in his work. And I love, Scott Pilgrim is so amazing. I feel like that's if my heart made a movie, it would be that probably, whatever. Yeah. And then his latest film, Baby Driver, just like shows his growth overall, and I look forward to seeing where he goes from here. I think that he could be like easily top 10. I think he's awesome. What is your next thing?
Mine's really cheesy. My last thing.
Is it Chase?
No.
It's like, God, no.
It should be. I love you so much.
Oh, he's not going to watch this, so it doesn't matter.
He won't. I don't know why I said that.
It's the worst.
No, honestly, it's this podcast, Andrew.
Oh.
So COVID has been terrible. 2020 has been an awful year.
Sound like Chandler there.
I sound like Chandler most.
Could this
be?
Could this year be any worse?
Yeah. So I just, I don't know. I was furloughed from my job back in March. I'm still out of work right now, but coming on to the podcast when I did or whatever, it kind of helped me. It gave me something to look forward to, and it gave me an outlet for my creativity. So like I have a lot of fun doing the social media side of things. Scheduling the posts and coming up with, new images and things like that. Just looking into that and learning about that whole side of things has been a lot of fun. And it's been a way for me to learn something new and to just help my creative side.
Yeah, just make things not so crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been really thankful for this. And, I'm a part of a book club too, where I do, I like to help out with that too.
What are you reading right now?
But right now, I don't remember the name of it.
Is it good?
I don't remember the name of it. I'm like 2 chapters in. I just started it.
Carson Daly's new book.
I can tell you in 2 seconds.
I'm reading the Institute, which is a Stephen King book that I think it came out this year. I mean, King puts out like 9 books a year. I don't know how he does it. He just like writes about curtains. He's like, yeah, there's a curtain monster. And it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but then it's like 12 pages about curtains.
But yeah, it is. You're right. And what's worse is that like I think he wants to bang kids, man. Like I don't know. Like I'm so tired of reading about kids' breasts. Like it creeps me out. So the main kid gets kidnapped. So what it's about is these kids have like mind powers and stuff, whatever. And so this organization goes in the night, kills their parents, takes the kids and puts them in like this institute. Mm-hmm. And the ones who are useful get to stay, and the ones who lose or stop being useful get put to what's called the back half, and people don't ever come back from there. Okay. And so the kid is like 12, and he's like a genius. So he was about to be accepted to like MIT and like Oxford or something or whatever. It was insane. And so he awakens and he meets this girl who's like 14 or 15, and he's doing like the inner monologue of like the 12-year-old, talking like about how the girls look. And I'm like, dude, like I don't need any of this information, Steven. Like, I don't need to hear about like, his pants having a tingle and stuff, dude. Like, it's weird that like he feels the need to write that stuff, and I'm just like, man, like, cause I enjoy horror stories and things, but I don't want to feel gross while I read them, Stop it. Jesus. So I'm reading that now. So hopefully it ends up being okay. Yeah.
Well, the book we're reading is The Year of the Witching.
Oh, okay.
It's new. I actually haven't started it yet because I'm way behind. But the one that I'm currently reading is called Reverie.
Sounds familiar, actually.
It's a young adult book, but it's on. I use the Libby app, which connects to our local library. So I can download ebooks or audiobooks or stuff like that. But this one was available, and they're doing like a nationwide discussion about this book.
Is it fiction or
it's fiction?
Okay, what's it about?
Fiction. It's about what would happen if your dreams started chasing you.
Like if I have dreams of being an actor and then actors start like chasing me.
Well, they're like horror stuff. So he's being chased by like dark shadowy figures and things like that. Toes
coming after him and stuff.
But what's going on? Some people know what's happening, and he's got amnesia, so he's still trying to piece things together. So us as the audience, we're trying to piece
So it's like Nightmare on Elm Street?
Like I said, I'm 2 chapters in, so I don't know that much yet.
It's weird that you're reading like a book that's supposed to be scary. It doesn't sound like you at all.
It's a young adult book.
So there's like hot vampires and stuff in it?
It's less scary.
Brad, what are you doing? Oh my God, the janitor was so scary. We should make out.
It's fine. And it's great. And then they do, and then it's okay. So
were you next? No, that was your thing. Okay, so my last thing that I am thankful for is streaming services. As you were saying, this year has been hell, and like all these streaming services have really stepped up. Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus. Am I leaving one out?
Did you say HBO Max?
I did. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all the main ones or whatever. Yeah. Shows like Queen's.
The one we have.
Yeah, shows like Queen's Gambit, Doom Patrol, The Boys, Mandalorian, Watchmen,
Lovecraft Country,
and then like a lot of really new movies and stuff as well that like I've gotten to watch. Don't want to watch Mank. David Fincher's new movie or whatever and stuff. And
I'm really excited just for like the new season of The Crown that I have to that came out. Looking forward to that a lot.
Yeah, so this could have been, I mean, like, imagine this was like 1996 and we were stuck inside
with dial up
and just had nothing to do. I mean like murder would be up like 27%. It'd be like, oh God. But now so many people are
I'd
dead.
have so many pogs though. My pog collection would be.
I was so bad at pogs. Folks listening don't know what like pogs are, probably whatever. But like, tell me,
nobody can explain pogs.
Okay. It was you.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I stole the whole thing from my brother.
A bunch of cardboard discs, and you put them in a pile, and then however many that you put is what the bet was.
Yeah.
And then you take your slapper, which is like a piece of like heavy metal or something, or plastic, and you hit the top of it in a certain fashion. And the ones that
fell off.
No, the ones that like popped in the air and then turned over are the ones that you got to keep. And then the ones that didn't, you would pile back up. And so, like, you just went back and forth until, like, like all the pogs were gone or whatever and stuff. I was awful at it.
Clearly. I mean, you sound like a professional pogs player.
I'm in like a Fight Club style pog group.
I had a stack
The first
of
rule to
pogs,
talk about Pog Club.
And like I said, I'm pretty sure I stole them from somebody.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was my brother. I don't know.
When I was in Catholic school, during like recess, when like pogs like first happened, we would hit the hallways and folks had like tubes and we would like, it's time to pog, man.
Oh, I had a tube. Yeah. That's so fun.
It was so cool.
Did you like snap your fingers
down
the hallway?
The
little West
Jets and the
Side Story.
Pogs.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I am thankful for. Are you good? Are there any things?
I'm just thankful.
So with Thanksgiving, we have a lot of, guilty pleasures, people that are off, work and stuff. Maybe it's reading, eating a lot of food, watching television. So we would thought they'd be funny to share some of our guilty pleasures, or like hashtag dark secrets.
Yeah. I would like to start Chase.
You can throw Chase under the bus real quick.
No. He wasn't able to come tonight. But he told me he sent along two of his guilty pleasures for me to share with the class. So
Sure.
The first is Beverly Hills 90210, which I feel like is obvious.
Yeah.
We all knew that one.
But he was on that show, so it's understandable.
He wishes he was on that show.
Jason's stunt double.
And then the other one is Grey's Anatomy, which he is at home watching right now as he nurses his toothache.
He loves Grey's Anatomy.
He loves
Grey's Anatomy.
I made him watch it because I wanted to watch it.
Changed his
one
life.
day, and he will start it over. We rotate through the same shows, and he's always the one to start that over. He's always the one to. Well, we haven't watched Grey's in a while. Why don't we watch that?
I just caught up on
He just loves it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, actually, or whatever, which is one of y'all's like favorite shows or whatever.
Great. Such a good show.
And we started. I turned back on Scrubs last night or whatever.
Awesome.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What we see is like you almost got out of that. Well, what's your first
I
one?
wasn't trying to get out of it.
Okay. All right.
So my first one, I guess I'll keep the thematic ones
Okay.
to the end. The Sims.
Okay. All right, okay. I mean, it's more like a video game. It's not like a dirty, embarrassing secret or anything.
Well, I don't have dirty, embarrassing secrets.
I do.
I just feel like, okay, so The Sims, the original version came out, and I was...
Okay, you know what? This could get embarrassing on how into it you were. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
What do you mean, how into it?
Like if you're like making like your friends and families in the world and making them all like high five you and like you more and stuff, and making your person like read books and exercise nonstop, so that like you become like the president or something, then it's kind of embarrassing. But if you're just like playing to have fun,
Everybody didn't do that. That wasn't a thing everybody did. No, legit. So that came out when I want to say it was like 9 or 10. Maybe.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
I was in when the first one came out.
Yeah.
I think like 7th grade when that happened.
That means nothing to me, Andrew.
I was 15, I think.
You look it up. Anyways,
yeah, I'll look it up.
He's going to look it up. When it came out, I remember being very young, and I got the first version, and I never stopped playing it. And that was at least 20 years ago. I have played every single version. I have had almost every single expansion pack for all of 4 versions. I have a problem.
So 2000.
2000.
Yeah.
Okay, so 20 years ago that came out. So I had, for The Sims, I had all of the expansion packs. And then Sims 2 came out. I bought that. All of the expansion packs. I didn't get all of them for 3, and I don't have all of them for 4. But to this day, I still play The Sims.
How long do you play it fairly before you just put in like the codes?
So my cousin showed me the cheat codes early on.
Yeah.
But I've actually the past couple of years have been playing. I find challenges online.
Okay.
After 20 years of playing the same game where you just, rosebud, rosebud, rosebud until you're rich and you can build whatever house you want.
I have all the simoleons.
It gets a little repetitive. So
Yeah.
I've been finding challenges online.
There's only so many marriages to like break up,
Exactly. Only so many maids you can cheat on while the wife is in that. It's, I do like the legacy challenge. Right now I'm doing a decades challenge.
Okay.
Where it starts out where you've got you've got a sim and then there's rules. It starts out in the 1890s. So you can only have like wooden furniture. You can only use candlelight. You can only do this.
Okay.
So you have to follow these rules.
How does that affect the game? Like, can your characters not do certain things if you're?
Yeah, I mean, they're not allowed to have jobs outside of the house, so they have to learn how to garden and build stuff. And
how do they pay bills
to make money? They garden and they build stuff and they paint and sell that. So
like
stuff
you're just like money. Amish. You're just like
And then with every when every child ages up to adult, you'll go up to the next decade.
Okay.
It's fun because it keeps me from using cheat codes. Okay. And it adds a new element to the game. So
I think I tried it normal the first time and then my guy burned to death trying to like make food or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't like having like a loser 2-room house. So I cheated and then did so and then I still died trying to cook because my guy didn't have any skills and whatever. Yeah. I think I played up like Sims 2, maybe. The one that like allowed you to like have kids and then the kids could also play and stuff or whatever. Like I forget which one it was. I don't know, but because like Sims 1 didn't have that.
Yeah.
Because like I think Sims 2 you can make a bunch of families and then all those families would then interact.
Yeah.
No matter which game that you like jumped in. I don't forget. My first guilty pleasure is dance movies. I fucking love.
I always forget that you love
dance movies, dude, and not not the good ones, dude. Like folks like Step Up 1. It's got Channing Tatum in it. I fucking hate that one. Give me Step Up to the Streets. Like I want to see dance battles because part 2 links into like part 3. Moose is in 2 and 3 or whatever, and he's this like young prodigy. Oh, it's so terribly bad. So when part 2 came out, I was working at the theater and I would watch them and then dance while I was watching them, whatever. No. It was the best. It was the fucking best. So like there's like
security cameras.
No. So like Step Up, and then I would watch America's Best Dance Crew on like MTV. Mm-hmm. There was this really terrible dance show that was on it was on like YouTube called like The League of like Extraordinary Dancers.
Okay.
And it was made like as if dancing was a superpower. And they're like the X-Men. So there's this like leader of this school and he would go and recruit dancers and stuff. And then they would have like superpower fights by doing like crumping and like breakdancing shit. And it's amazing. It's so good. The acting's terrible, but the dancing is awesome. And then, of course, Footloose. Footloose is like where it started, where I was like, holy shit, Kevin Bacon can get down. Like, just fucking rage punching. Yeah, I can't explain why like I love dancing. You know what? Okay, like in my third guilty pleasure, it might explain why like I'm so into dancing or whatever. Okay. So we'll get there. But yeah, no, dance movie, I love dance battles in movies or whatever. I secretly when I'm in the world just randomly doing things and like a song comes on and it makes
you choreograph it in your head?
In my head, I'm like, I want to do like a dance video right here and me like hitting it or whatever. Like I have these like delusions of grandeur in my head of me getting filmed dancing and then being like, oh my God, I got so good at dancing. It's ridiculous. It's insane.
Oh, it's not the same thing, but every time you bring up these movies, it just makes me think about Drumline.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because that's the kind of shit that I love. Like
Cannon movies?
Yeah. No, just like where they're doing the drum thing and then he starts drumming on the other guy's thing. Just the amount of disrespect. Oh man.
Bring It On movies and stuff or whatever. Where you're
just like
yeah. Dance competitions and shit.
Love it.
What is your next guilty pleasure?
My next,
and it won't be as bad as my first one.
It's oh God, I just love it. Okay. Reality TV. But like the trashy ones.
What's the trashy ones?
So I just finished watching the second season of Love Island.
Is that on Netflix?
It is not. I watch it on CBS All
I think
Access.
Netflix is the too hot to handle, where everybody is really hot and you can't handle them. No, so basically everybody starts out with like $500,000, and every time you kiss or do anything, it takes off like 10 grand.
That sounds amazing.
So then that they hand them alcohol, like, and make them do like challenges where they're all half naked together.
Oh my gosh.
And then like they're in the trailer that they guy like has sex and it costs them like $100,000. And the guy's just like, it was worth it. So yeah, it's like super. Yeah,
this is exactly my guilty pleasure. No, Love Island was just so. My thing is like I never will seek them out. They have to be.
They just find you.
They have to be put upon me. Okay, so I had a friend in my house, and she was like, she knows I love this trashy TV, and she was like, "You got to watch this." So we sat down and we watched the first episode. Of Love Island, and it's got like 34 episodes in the second season.
Jesus Christ! So many episodes.
I watched them all in.
How do you even have that many episodes?
Oh my god! Because it was live when they were showing it. It was live because America gets to vote on like who's the best couple. And stuff, and who gets to go to the hideout and like.
I feel like, hold on, was this on like Fox or something?
CBS.
I remember that there's a show like that where people could vote out, and then the people in the house then got to vote in audience members to then come join. I forget what that one was, but that one was insane. Like, it was so crazy because the idea of like seeing something live and like, yo, they might have sex with that girl, and then tricking them and it's like letting you like in the house or whatever. It's so serial killer-esque. It's just crazy. Like, yeah.
No, this would like, it starts out with 5 girls and 5 guys. They couple up. And then it's just a matter of like, the whole point is they're there to find love, right?
Yeah, they are.
Not fame or money at all. It's just love. So they couple up and then they introduce like a new guy. So he's going to try to get with one of them or else he gets voted off the island.
Now, is a guy that's being introduced a better mate? See, like, that's what I would do. I would have like 5 average dudes who just work as like servers.
They bring the new people in all the time.
And the new person would be like a Fortune CEO, hot body. He's just like, what's up, guys?
So in the second season, there were 5 couples. And then the guy that they brought in the first episode is Johnny. And he couples up with Sally. And they end up, like, they go the whole way. They're still together. Like, I follow them on Instagram.
Jesus.
And they're still together. But no, they bring in, like, as soon as everybody's comfortable, they love their couples and everybody's, vibing and things are going well. They bring in 2 new girls and they're coming in bikinis. They're hot and they're, they're doing something, I don't know, whatever. But like, then they bring in 2 new guys and they'll bring in 2 new girls or 3 new guys. And then they do, Casa Amor, where they split the girls and guys up. And they bring in all new guys for the girls and all new girls for the guys. It's, oh God, I just love it.
I bet like half that cast also has got syphilis by the time it's all over.
Love is Blind got me through the first part of
I heard that people got like really mad at that one because there's the one guy that was like really nice.
Yes.
And the girl's like, I don't want to fuck that guy.
Because he was 10 years younger than her.
Yeah. And then so,
you're gonna make me mad
then she starts to like the other guy, but he's already liking somebody else. And then she tries to like go back to the first two because she's just lonely.
Yeah, because she just wants to be on TV.
So when I was younger, I used to think like, man, like I want to go to one of these shows. But then like my worst fear is that like I would go on and like nobody wanted to fuck me. So I'm just like, hey guys, and I'm the cool guy, So I was like, I didn't have anything to like offer, So I would just be like the really nice guy that people just thinks is like a fun brother to like have along, and that's how I would win. I would just like I would trick everybody into thinking that like I'm not this threat, and then I would get everybody like voted off or whatever.
That would work.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But have you ever seen Temptation Island?
I have not.
Okay, so way back in the day,
I heard all about Temptation Island.
Yeah, which is so for folks who don't know.
Yeah.
They took actual couples and they put them on these islands, right? But they put the girls on one half of the island and the guys on the other half, and then brought in like models. I mean, just like people who were professional hot people, and then put them in these like really sexy things or whatever, and then would make them date and film it and then show it to the other people to make them also want to cheat or whatever and stuff. So like there's this scene where this guy ends up hooking up with this other girl, and then his wife like goes over there like and yells at him and like wants to break up. And the camera guy's following him. He's like, come on, man, back up, dude. This is my life. He's like, well, your life is a show right now. He's like, so terrible. Fox is just so awful, man. But yeah. My next thing, which might explain my first guilty pleasure, is I really like musicals. When I was young, apparently the movie that I watched all the time was Singing in the Rain. Even though I don't remember anything besides just him in the rain.
Twirling on the
that's
all I remember.
All I remember. But my grandmother said that when I was younger, that was like my Frozen, my Moana, whatever, is that I would just watch that one over and over again. So like Grease, Hamilton, Chicago, Book of Mormon, like I just for some reason I really enjoy.
They're awesome.
I don't know. Yeah. So I think that I love dance movies so much because Fred Astaire is like burned in my mind somewhere in the back. Yeah. So it's like I think that might be a thing.
That's
or something.
Awesome. I don't think that's not embarrassing. That's a good one.
I mean, it's not cool. I mean, like
I think it's cool.
Yeah. Well, you're not cool though.
I am so cool.
What is your
I'm
next
the coolest?
Your next guilty pleasure?
All right, my last one. I guess it's just two because they're similarly themed.
Okay.
The NSYNC Christmas album.
Okay. It's kind of weird,
but Lifetime-esque Christmas movies.
Which I don't get. I think it's
oh my god, I love them.
So does like what is it, the like Time Channel? Like who is the like Life Channel? Who does them? Lifetime, right?
Lifetime, Hallmark, Netflix has got several out.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find a bunch on Hulu right now.
Do they purposely make bad movies? Or do you think that they like do the movie and think, God, we fucking crushed this one, honey? And then like it comes out and it's like, it's the Christmas Prince movie. And it's like obviously bad to like everybody else in the world. And then the actors go like, I don't understand.
I think they purposely make
we tried so hard on this one. I think they
purposely make bad movies. For example, there's a movie on Netflix, A Christmas Prince. It came out, I think it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty old because it was heralded as being the worst movie
ever. A Christmas Prince, and then there's A Christmas Prince, The Royal Wedding, and then A Christmas Prince, The Royal Baby.
How did they make more than just one Christmas Prince?
Well, they get married and then they have a baby.
You're like, man, I got to know what happened to the Christmas Prince.
Okay, but so in The Christmas Prince, she's a journalist. And there's one scene where she is like at a bar and she's interviewing this guy about something, like he worked in the mines, and she's got her notebook and she's taking notes.
What year is this? 1926?
It's literally like, he was like, yeah, that guy was really shady. And she writes down shady. And I'm like, what are these notes? And she's like typing on her computer, like, talk to this guy, or so and so said this, or whatever. Like, just her notes are no human being ever would think that
you don't know that
good journalists.
She's so good at her job.
It's so cheesy, and I just love it.
So hold on. So how is he a Christmas Prince? Is it like a parade or something, or is he from a place called Christmas?
No. Okay, so he is from Aldovia, and his father died.
Is his father Santa Claus?
No. Oh. His father died, and he basically had like so many days to decide whether or not he was going to take the throne, I think.
Okay, this got really, really serious all of a sudden.
And basically,
are the Lannisters in this?
Basically, like, he was like out of the country and he was living this Playboy lifestyle and blah,
clearly
blah, blah. Yeah.
Fucking and Christmas Prince, man.
He's
not gonna wrap that up.
He comes back for Christmas. Well, he has to.
But I'm so.
That's how we get the third movie, Christmas Prince, a Royal Baby.
Nice.
He basically, like, they need to find out, like, on Christmas or the day after Christmas, whether or not he's going to take the throne. And she works for a fashion magazine, I think.
Clearly.
That's doing a story on
Christmas, yeah.
No, on the Prince.
Oh, okay.
The Christmas Prince.
The Christmas Prince, yeah.
And she gets sent over there and somehow lies her way into the palace.
Okay.
And so now she's living in the palace.
It's like it's like almost famous now. She's like this.
It's great.
It sounds great. So, yeah. I just remember
just the whole like big city girl has to go to the small town for insert reason here. Meets small town guy who sells Christmas trees / is a painter / works at the hotel / runs the bakery.
Something sad happened to him also. Like takes care of his mom or something.
Yeah, or like his niece because his sister died, or
she had cancer on Christmas and he hates Christmas.
Yeah, so something happens. No, he doesn't hate Christmas. She hates Christmas. She's from the big city.
I thought we were just talking about just in general Hallmark movies or whatever.
Big city, the big city person doesn't like Christmas.
Gotcha. Okay.
She comes to the small town and everybody is so kind, and she runs into this guy. They don't get along at first, but then he teaches her the real meaning of Christmas and they fall in love.
I also feel like all those channels use the same like 22 actors.
They do.
And just like rotate them into main character
they do
things into like side parts or whatever.
They do. Lacey Shaboya.
Roll call.
Shabert. I don't know. The chick from Mean Girls.
Ooh, I don't know who.
Gretchen Wieners.
Is that the one that says fetch?
She's in everything. Yeah. She's in so many ones. Candace Cameron.
I think Mario Lopez had one, didn't he? Him and
he's had a couple.
The girl from Clarissa Explains It All.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah. Yes. Melissa Joan Hart.
Yes. She's done a bunch. Candace Cameron from Full House. DJ Tanner. She does a bunch.
What about Kimmy? She in there?
Nobody loves Kimmy.
I had a huge crush on Kimmy. I don't know why.
What?
Like her and Stephanie. I don't know.
Stephanie's cute. Kimmy Gibbler?
Because I thought that like I could get in the house if I was dating Kimmy. So like, so I didn't think I was good enough for like in the Tanner girls, but like, like Kimmy obviously came from like a broken home. So like, I could get in there and like, promise her dreams and stuff or whatever.
Mine was always Uncle Jesse.
That was everybody's.
Right.
You would end up with Joey though.
No, I would end up with
Cut
Steve.
It out.
With Steve.
That's not in Family.
In Full House?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Full House. Steve? Look at Steve.
Steve, DJ's boyfriend.
Oh,
Full House.
Did he die or something?
No.
Who's DJ married to in the like Fuller House?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. It might be Steve.
It was Steve, I think. I think he's dead, bro. He's gone. So
he's not dead.
I think. No, I'm saying is in Fuller House. The whole thing is that like her husband dies.
It wasn't him. I think she marries him at the end. I don't know. I didn't finish it. That's not a spoiler. I didn't watch it. I don't know.
Spoiler alert! It's not good. My last guilty pleasure is I love magic. I fucking love magic so much. Yes. Magic the Gathering's cool, but like magic, sleight of hand, illusionary work or whatever blows my fucking mind. I force my wife to watch like Penn and Teller's like Fool Us and stuff or whatever. I found multiple channels on YouTube of like magician reacts. So I'll watch magicians watch other magicians do things, and I find that like super interesting or whatever and stuff. So like I like anybody who's on like America's Got Talent. So like Shim Lim, Mario Lopez, like Chris Ramsey's, like all these guys. Like no, I don't care about Chris Angel, but like no, these guys are.
Did you say Mario Lopez? He does magic?
It's not that Mario Lopez. It's not the guy, but like he's also kind of like tan and stuff, whatever. But like I think he's from like South America, but he's amazing. He's so good. Do what?
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah. So we went like 2 years ago to see The Illusionist here. It's this traveling like Broadway magic act.
I remember that.
And I was so disappointed because I had seen all the tricks. I was like, this is bullshit. I knew how like 80% of everything was done. It was
Stop
still
doing so much research, man.
It was still fun, but I was just like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be this and this. Okay. I mean, it was cool, but to go and see it and everything. But I really want to go to Vegas to see like Penn and Teller or something like that.
There's
that
literally
like
also like a magic shop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
in
they're
like
everywhere.
every other casino there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, especially in Vegas. Oh my God. I would love to go to the like Magic Castle. I think that's in California. That's where the like the head, the council of the mages, like the like badass guys go there and like you perform. And you have to wear like nice outfits, jackets, dress and everything because it's this like really awesome event, and you have to actually be like invited. So it's not like you go and pay like $10 to get to go. Like they invite people to like come like and watch like shows and stuff. And so it's a really big deal.
How do you get invited?
I don't know, man.
Get on the message boards, bro.
Yeah,
Find
right.
out.
But it's a big deal to get for other magicians to be invited there to actually do like
I'm
shows
sure.
and magic and stuff, whatever. But it's I love it. Okay, so this is why like how I can explain why I enjoy it so much. I think it's the oldest pastime craft around or like hobby ish thing, whatever, that I think it's been around for like hundreds of years, that was used to as this act of like being like a charlatan. So like
We're talking about prostitution.
no,
It kind of sounds.
it's also sleight of hand. But it's like this idea of a person telling you, I'm going to fool you.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
that's exactly what happens, and it's this amazing, it takes so much skill and so much training and just in hard work to like be like really, really fucking good at it, to where a person watches you do something and their mind just can't comprehend how this happened. I love that. I think it's
a lot of fun.
I think it's so fucking cool, man. And it's just it's this dying art. I love that. Like there's a lot of these like newer cool like magicians or whatever, and they're putting up things on YouTube for and it's helping get kids into it. And a lot of the older magicians are mad about that because you're not supposed to like to tell like secrets and stuff, right, unless you buy their books and stuff, whatever. Yeah. But like so they want people to go through the exact same channels that like they went through back in like 1960s and stuff, and they don't like that these newer magicians in their 20s and like 30s are just telling people how things are done. But I mean, you need things to keep going and to last.
Things always have to progress.
It's the same thing with chess right now. There's this, so like the older chess heads and the grandmasters are very traditional in terms of how things are going, but there's this new younger group of like grandmasters. I think like Hikaru and Magnuson, I think are like the two like current like top players, and they have like Twitch streams.
So much random
knowledge. No, yeah. And so they've in the last couple of years have been this big proponent on getting younger players involved in chess by just holding like your Twitch streams. And so and so like they'll have it on there like and play and stuff and teach people like openings and moves and everything, and then they'll go back and play games and like teach you like your basics and stuff. And that's been like a really big thing in terms of teaching people how to like play. And so I love that, like these really old traditional games, because I mean chess has been around for fucking ever. Yeah. So but it's something that in the current day and age, I mean, like if you hand a person a chessboard versus like a PS5, they're going to go with the fucking PS5, So I like that there are people who are just so in love with something like that they're willing to like teach others. And so like, like just magic in general, I think is just like incredible that it's so honest in its approach, which is like, this is what's going to happen, and you're still not like, going to know, and you're still going to pay for it. It's great. I love it so much. Do you have any more
awesome.
guilty pleasures?
Honestly, I'm just surprised that you bypassed the NSYNC Christmas album when I mentioned that.
I mean, like you don't like have like a tattoo or anything on your back of like the NSYNC Christmas album. I mean, I imagine you also like the Mariah Carey Christmas album stuff as well, probably.
Just that one song.
Do you think that?
No, literally, like the NSYNC Christmas album is like the one Christmas album that I listen to every year.
Do you think that Mariah Carey's "All I Want for You" is the last modern classic Christmas hit?
Clearly, no, because NSYNC.
I know, but do they have any?
I don't know.
Like, is their album full of like all brand new Christmas music, or is it just like covers?
No, they have a couple covers, but most of it's new.
Okay, because I mean, like
they do the First Noel, O Holy Night.
She know like the entire list. She should be like bang, 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 bang.
The chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Chestnuts.
But I think most of their songs are like original songs.
Yeah, I just like, because like most, traditional Christmas songs are like, Jingle Bells and Silent Night and, it's cold outside, even though that's kind of rapey nowadays. But like,
it is from a different time.
it was.
It's not rapey. I will fight anybody about this.
What's in my drink? Bitches, drink that thing.
I'm gonna fight anybody about this, just like I will fight the
You can go
people
lay
that
down on
say
the back.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
No, I think that like I feel like her song is like the last one that will be sung for the next 100 years as well. Like it'll be like that tradition.
That's possible.
I wonder if like maybe Katy Perry or Adele had one maybe that I just don't know about.
Not that I know of.
This doesn't matter. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm talking about it. Guys, so those were our thankful for and our guilty pleasures. Let us know what your guilty pleasures are. I can't wait.
Please share those secrets with us.
But if it's like serial killer stuff, don't tell us.
We don't want to be complicit in anything.
Direct message me, but don't put it out there.
Don't put me in that because I don't want to be an accomplice to anything.
Hashtag non accomplice. Yeah. So this is our last of November. Christmas is or happy holidays. I don't want to like insult anybody. That's coming up. So expect us to be doing our favorite songs, favorite movies, favorite characters, probably whatever. Best like in Christmas stories. We're also about to start doing a commentary show, which I think I'll be calling the Geek Track. Which is basically we will sit and watch a movie and we will talk about it and give you trivia bits and stuff or whatever. And then like maybe probably joke about it and everything else, whatever. And then we'll talk about if we think the movie holds up or doesn't hold up. So since Christmas is coming up, we're probably going to do a Christmas movie. I don't know which yet. Maybe I haven't seen Scrooged in like a really long time. That was Bill Murray's Christmas movie from like, I think like the 80s maybe, where it's basically like Charles Dickens' A Christmas Story? No, that's not what it is. A Christmas Carol. Yeah, and so basically he's this TV producer, and then but it's the same thing. But I also want to watch Jingle All the Way. I haven't seen that, and
that's got my vote.
That forever.
That's got my vote.
It's such a absurd movie.
Got my vote. I vote for that.
So it'd probably be like something like that, and then we're also thinking about. We're also thinking about watching a really bad superhero movie, maybe Spider-Man 3. We had a lot of traction on that, so that might be a thing. I haven't seen that since 2004, whenever it came out.
I think I've ever seen.
Oh my god, it's got emo Spider-Man, dude. It's amazing. Guys, so as always, you can follow us on social media at
I'll handle this.
There you go, boom. TikTok.
You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Into Geek Podcast and Twitter at Into Geek.
Boom, at the very end. And then at some point, I'm going to start putting in stuff during the video so that
I made one. It should go right here.
The one person that watches the entire thing is going to be like, oh, I can click right here. It's going to be like so
you're going to
gravy.
make it clickable.
No, I don't know how to do that, but it'll definitely be like animated or something.
Professional.
Yeah, no, never. I'm too old for that. It's so far in the future. Guys, thank you.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Guys.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Hopefully Chase will be back next week.
Yeah. Until next time.
We'll see ya. Bye, geeks.